Good day to all of you glorious rascallion bastards. The name's FOXSOL, as you know. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to some more Wuthering Waves. Okay, I did that because I don't know fucking why. I'm just being stupid right now. But in today's video, we're gonna go ahead and take the quick time to just, discuss about like the top 5 mistakes that I made in this game. Do a little bit quick, quick conversation on that, and just tell you guys, you know what? Hey, these are 5 mistakes that I've made, particularly in this game, that I feel that I made, and for you to avoid. So, before we get started, we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna run this real quick, which is for our channel members. We have, if you don't know, we have several people who has joined our channel from the past and still to this present. That is right now from MTG Bad Beats, Atomic Flip, Rob K, Godlike, YouTube, Klepto, and others that have, pledged to the channel, that has become members. And I'm still working on trying to do some things for these members to try to, show more appreciation to them. So if you would like to become a member, it's 99 cents. Feel free to join. And what we're going to end up trying to do is, like I said, is that we're going to try to find a way to ensure that you guys get some kind of reward out of this for being channel members. I'm still surprised that we even have channel members. I mean, if you don't want to be a channel member, by all means, you don't have to be a channel member. It's not like I'm going to treat anyone different whether they're a member or not. But I do feel that we need to do something special for you guys who have been long-term members on the channel, and that you guys are, came in, you joined, and I need to do something. Like, all I'm gonna say is I need to do something for you guys. But today's video, let's go ahead and get started. These are the top 5 mistakes that I have particularly made, I believe, in this game. So you're gonna be like, okay, Fox, yeah, well, I already know let me put it this way. You're gonna tell me you already know I made some mistakes because you made some mistakes. And I know I'm gonna have those guys out there that's gonna be like,
oh yeah, you made some goddamn mistakes, you son of a bitch. I fucking called out every fucking one of them, but no.
Yeah, I'm gonna have those guys. I already know. But no, one of the biggest mistakes that I can tell you right now that I actually made, that I should have never made in this game. I should have listened to some people. I'm not gonna lie, especially my friend Val, who played a lot of Genshin Impact. Is I was hyper focused on building up my entire teams when I first started playing. So when I built up, my GN team, I was building up my support, my sub DPS. I was doing, working on their forte skills, working on their echoes, and wasting all these resources and materials on every single person on my team, rather than focus it all into one common goal. In this game, I was focusing on trying to get every character all balanced. That is the biggest case I could say. And in this game, you don't need to have an entire balanced team. You don't. You can sacrifice, having your healer, be at level 80, 70 when your Chang Li's a level 90. Or, if your Chang Li's a level 60, you can have it to where your Tao's a level 30, because they don't need to be on the field as hard as you could, if you would. They don't need to be there as long as what Chang Li needs to be there on. What their job is to do is to help do exactly what it's called. They're supposed to be supporting. They're supposed to be, a substitute, so that way it gives your DPS a break, so that way they can come in stronger and more powerful. They're buffing characters. They're healers. Their job is not to be a balanced build. You don't need to have a level 90, 90, 90. You could have a level 90 DPS. You could have a level 80, support. You could have a level 50, sub DPS, as long as they're all working together to do one thing, and that's complement the DPS and the damage the DPS does. I wasn't focusing on that. I was focusing on making sure that all my teams were being balanced. And that leads into, issue number 2. I've been overly obsessed with echoes. And what I mean by that is I was focusing on making sure that echoes, when I worked on a team, you know, that these echoes were going to be the best echoes for Chang Li. These echoes right here are going to be the best for Bai Chi. I was doing what I could to make sure that every echo was trying to get them as best as possible, the most perfect echoes possible. Where in all honesty, compared to, you know, to be honest, in this game, you don't really need to be that optimal. You really don't.
Make it fast.
I don't care what anyone tells you. In this game, is you can slowly work on the echoes. I was being hyper focused on it. I wanted to get these echoes done out the way, done in like 5 seconds, right? I wanted these echoes done as so done. I didn't want to waste my time sitting there.
Make it fast.
And just like, oh man, I gotta have to go grind this out tomorrow. I want this done today. I should have spent the time doing it in a slow method. What I mean by this is that I was hyper focused, making sure that every echo was complementing the character's stuff. Which, don't get me wrong, you're supposed to do this, okay? In a certain way, yes, you are supposed to do this. But the problem that I see is that I was so hyper focused that if I had one bad substat on an echo, all the echo is trash. If I had 2 bad substats, but everything else was fucking great, all is trash. I should have focused originally in the beginning, like I do now, is that, okay, you know what, this echo has, you know, a flat HP on it as a substat, and it's got a defensive, stat that's, you know, percentage value, but I don't really want that, but yet it's giving me the resident skill damage, the crit rate, and the crit damage on this the way I wanted for Chang Li. You know what, it's good to go ahead and just suffer right now with that echo that you claim is so fucking bad, like I did, and it still makes your character useful. It still helps your character regardless. Because once you get to that point where you're hyper focused and you want to get that echo, you want that echo fucking goddamn perfect, and you got like 50 of the same echo and you are just going through each one of them, tuning them, you start wasting resources really, really fast. Especially echo XP and such. That shit goes bye-bye in a matter of a couple of seconds if you're not watching it. And then your plans to, you know, hey, well, you know, I need to get my Tao Qs, you know, stuff going a little bit. I need to get my Bai Chi's healing up a little bit. All of a sudden, now you get to the point to where you're about to go ahead and start working on them because you didn't get anything good out of Chang Li. Yeah, they're suffering. They started suffering a little bit because you didn't primarily focus your attention on working them in unison. You were just too hyper focused on your echoes, and that's something that I particularly had a problem with doing, and I made that mistake. I'm not gonna deny it. So I would suggest, yeah, to a lot of people out there, you know, hey, don't worry so hard about how good your echoes are or how bad your echoes are. As long as you can get them to be somewhat useful and it works out a little bit, you slowly work on those and you build them up as time goes. Another problem that I had in this game was wayplate management. I'm not gonna lie, I had some wayplate management issues in this game. And what I mean by that is that I was hyper focusing, just like Echoes, on doing certain things that I wanted to build up to my next level as fast as possible. This is like in the straight up beginning of the game. I want to get Union level 50 before Valk does. I want to get to this before this guy does. I was so hyper focused on trying to get to the next ascension level than actually use my wayplanes for what they were meant for, which is actually build up materials. In the beginning, I was wasting wayplates left and right to grind out to get the Union level as fast as possible. I spent money to get additional wayplates going in. I did everything I could just to make sure that I was speed focusing to get to that level 90 in the beginning. I'm gonna be honest, man, like I was too hyper focused and shouldn't have done that. I should have actually set up, like I do now, a calendar or some kind of a system to say, okay, today we're going to spend 240 wave plates on this. Today we're going to spend 240 wave plates on that. And so that way I could be prepared for future characters that came out. That way I could be, I can be productive on building up my characters in general, not just go throw them all in Tacit Field, not just go throw them all, in this or that for forgery or resonance skill. Because let's put it like this. I would put a lot of them, straight up in just Tacit Field or forgery challenges. I'm not thinking about it, but it also costs us fucking shells. So I never really did any of the shell training to get additional shells. So guess what? We have a problem. When I need to level something up, I don't have the money. I have the resources, but I don't have the money. So I started actually balancing out days to replenish not just, resources or echoes, but I started planning out, hey, let's go ahead and build up shells today. Let's build up resonator XP. Let's build up weapon XP. Because future-wise, again, new characters come all the time. I'd rather be, overly prepared and be productive, be proactive for future characters than just sit on my ass now and just try to get to the next level as fast as fucking possible. So wave plate management was a big problem that I did in the beginning that I wish I would have done a lot better on. And this leads into another issue, which is another problem in Wuthering Waves that I have. This is my fourth fucking problem. I know life this game. I'm gonna be honest. I know there's gonna be some people out there who's addicted to gambling, who's addicted to a lot of different things, and I'm going to suggest this to you right now. It's okay to play Wuthering Waves, and I'm gonna tell you, it's okay to stop playing Wuthering Waves. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to go outside and touch some grass for a change. I'm going to tell you this right now. I think that one of the biggest, and I think this should be actually the biggest issue that I had, is I focused so hard on this game that the biggest problem that came from spending so much time on Wuthering Waves is that we 100%ed everything in a short time period to where I have really nothing to do anymore. That's the thing. I have nothing really to do. Like, I sit here, I still enjoy playing the combat and everything, but we've 100%ed everything. We've done the holographic bosses, we've done the tower diversities, we're doing everything there is, and we're just waiting on content to come in. Instead of taking my time and slowly building up on it, so where, over a long time period, I would have a lot more to do. I could be sitting here doing 3 or 4 different things instead of just waiting, for my dailies to come in to do dailies. I think I would be in a better spot mentally. I'll put it that way. I think I would be in a better spot, in all honesty, generally. Not just mentally, but generally. If I would have just taken my time and did better time management with my life. But I got so addicted, man. I got so addicted that in 2 weeks, 100%ed the fucking game. I bust through this. I went as fast as fucking possible. I wanted to get my levels up. I wanted to do this, that, everything else. We did it, and I'm suffering the consequence for it. Even with 1.1, with me taking my time in 1.1, guess what? We have the issue again to where just because I did vanilla 1.2 the way I did it, it didn't matter. Like, all of a sudden, again, we have the issue to where, yay, 1.1, I got stuff to do, and then it's like, oh, wait a second here. Yeah, you do realize that, because you did everything in 1.0 the way you did it, yeah, you still don't have, we only put a little bit of content. We didn't put much content. So taking your time here is still going to be like, you're still gonna have to be waiting for content at the end of the day. So I suggest to anybody out there, in all honesty, you play this game, go touch some grass. Stop. Take your hands off the controller for a minute. Go outside, touch some grass, smell the fresh air, talk to a girl, have a life for a minute, and then come back.
Make it fast.
I think you'll thank me for it. To be honest, I think you'll thank me for it, because then at that point in time, you're going to save yourself things to do in this game that I just bum rushed, that I wish I would have taken my time on. And I'm going to say that the last mistake that I made in this game that I am actually correcting now is cooking. What? Wait a sec, I can already hear it. Wait.
This is going to be your final mistake is cooking? Are you retarded?
I heard it in the back of my mind. I'm gonna have some guy out there that's gonna be like, you know, saying that this is the dumbest mistakes he's ever heard because of this, but I'm gonna be honest. I actually put this in this list for a reason. You know, I looked at cooking as a useless tool in this game. I really did.
Make it fast.
I looked at it in the beginning and I'm like, oh man, this is... Why the hell am I ever going to cook in this game and get these additional little buffs? Oh, 400 HP, 400 attack. Oh yeah. Let me put it this way. You start getting some big recipes later in the future when you start playing this game that increases like your attack by 40%. You're gonna get some stuff that's gonna come in that's legitimately gonna be like, hey, increase your, you know, your crit rate by 20% and your attack by 10%. Oh, increase your health by an additional 30%. These buffs from cooking, and they last for like 30 minutes, actually come in handy, especially like with the holographic bosses and such, come in tremendously clutch in some cases. Where, hey, look, you know, I got a sub DPS that ain't doing shit. I could pop on a couple echoes on them. I could pop on, you know, 2 or 3 of these food fucking things, and guess what? All of a sudden, they're popping off. They're doing, compared to being decent, they're now actually being good because of the food structure that we did. So I'm going to say that I wish in the beginning I would had focused a little bit more on collecting the resources and did cooking in the beginning than I did now, because I think it would have made my life a lot easier than what it is now. You know, well, than what it was, okay? I think that a lot of the fights that I would have gone in against the holographic bosses, you know, if I would have ate a fucking meal that would have increased my crit rate by an additional 22% or my crit damage by 40% or my attack. Yeah, I think I would have been able to be chopping some heads and go ahead and butt fucking some goddamn holographic bosses with some ease. You know, it wouldn't have made it 100% easy, don't get me wrong. It wouldn't have made it die easy, but still, it would have made it a lot easier on me, because I'm not sure about you guys, but there is a lot of fucking bosses out there that, you know, even if you're a C6 fucking character, you know, a summon 6 on the resonance chain, yeah, you're still wailing on the game is still not gonna help you in the end of the day when you still need to provide skill. It helps, it just doesn't make it a permanent, like, oh, you're good to go for the rest of your life scenario. But I digress. That is all I have for you guys. Let me know what your top 5 mistakes was in WutheringWaves, especially if you're a person who's been playing, you know, quite some time. I actually like to know that. Can you go ahead and just tell me what was your 5 mistakes that you made in this game particularly that you wish, you know, if you would have known better, you would have actually changed that. These are the 5 that I think that I would have actually changed the most.
Make it fast.
But yeah, you guys let me know in the comments down below, and I tell you what, I will go ahead and let you be, and I will catch you on the flip side. Peace.